Alright YouTubers, we got us a 2016 F-150 XLT, and we're going to be changing some belts on. If you're laying in bed and kind of watching your phone and laptop and wondering how to do this, you're probably thinking, I got to do this to my truck soon. How hard is it? Well, I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. Shouldn't be too bad here. There are the belts that we picked up, and these are genuine Napa belts. There's two of them, and if you look way down there, well, you'll see them. So what we're going to do, what I like to do, we're going to kind of push some of the stuff off to the side. We're not going to disconnect it entirely, but we're going to get part of this housing out and this out and kind of push it off the side, because with all this in the way, it just makes it a nightmare. And if you're going to be sticking your hands down in there trying to break loose some of those belts, you're going to get cut up, scratched, working around all this stuff. So we'll go ahead and pull this back here. I'll show you how I do it. And this is a 5.0 liter, I believe, what the sticker says there, something like that. Boy, it looks like a pretty big engine, but could be wrong. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get all this out of here so we can start getting these belts on. We have to get some needle nose to get behind here, kind of squeeze that, turn that around like that, and now we can go ahead and release this and just kind of push it back out of the way for now. We're going to take this line off here, get this back out of the way because it kind of gets hung up on this here. Now we go ahead and pull this intake housing off. Alright, let's get this one out of the way. This one has like a clip on the bottom here that you kind of push right here, and it lets it kind of move right there. See that? Kind of weird. So we got that one out of the way. This one here is a little more tricky. If I can't get this off, I might be able to just kind of tip this back a little bit, kind of tip the whole unit out of the way. So let's get a couple of clamps here loose. Alright, so there's that. That's off. That one's off the bottom. You can see we're kind of still hung up here, so I think if you just kind of spin it around, drop it like that. I mean, you can still get that clip out. Just kind of a pain. There's a special tool for it, but usually you can just take your screwdriver up under there and lift it up and get it off. But that'll be fine just like that. And next, we'll go ahead and get this clip off here on this coolant reservoir. Of course, I don't have the right tool for this, but you know, it is what it is. Get that off. We'll put this off to the side if it'll come loose. And once we get this out of the way here, we'll start to have a lot more room here to get in here and actually change these belts. Once this comes off, jeez, are you kidding me? Try not to break this too, just take it easy. There we go. Alright, we'll put that off the side, and now we go ahead and bolt this. Alright, so we got a couple of 10mm little bolts here we gotta take off. Take this one out. Alright, so that one. Well, just dropped that one. Alright, where did that go? Better get it now before I forget about it. There we go. Best tool you can have, man. Magnet. So there's that one. Let's get the other one. I wouldn't have gotten my power tools, but I was too lazy to go in and get them. But that's okay. Well, so, like I said, you don't have to do this, but I'm just showing you how I try to make my life a little bit easier when I'm working on these vehicles. Just small things you can do to get things out of the way. Alright, so there's that one. Now we can just kind of push this off the side. You can turn it sideways, do whatever you want. And now you can see just how much more room we have now. I can get my hands down in here. I mean, it's still granted not a lot of room, because you got these AC lines, you got this hose here, and some other stuff. But granted, you'll have a lot more room. If you're going to turn this sideways, you might want to put a little plug on here. So I'm going to put a plug on there so I don't lose any fluid. Alright, I couldn't get this right angle. It kept coming out here, or the back of this tube here. On the bottom, it was coming out through here, through this tube. So what I did is just tuck that tube there and just kind of ran it back into here and put the clip on it, and that way we don't have to worry about this leaking. So I can turn it sideways now and leave it back in there. There we go, kind of like that. So alright, now let's go ahead and get us a socket here and see which belt we need to take off first. We'll have to take off the front one, then the smaller one I believe goes in the back right there. We'll have to put a socket right about there and a ratchet and get that in there, loosen that up. But first we'll take this big one off. Alright, so we're ready to get these belts off, but before we do anything, do yourself a favor, grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, and write down that belt diagram, how it goes on there. I can't tell you how many times people have taken belts off They look around and there's no diagram. Yeah, there's supposed to be a diagram, but there's no belt diagram on this vehicle. So do that. This is going to take you time. You can see they got the alternator, the crank, water pump, and just a regular general pulley right there. And right here on this pulley, we got to put a socket on this 14mm nut right here and turn it counterclockwise. Release this. This will let us slide that belt off. So make yourself a note of that. Alright, so let me just back up. I did make a mistake. It's actually a 15, so I don't hide my mistakes. You know, I show you that I'm human just like everybody else. So I tried to use a regular socket on there, a short one, but if you use an extension, this will give you a lot more leg room here, arm room, and you can clear all this. If you use a short extension, it's going to hit this housing right here. And now we're going to turn it clockwise, counterclockwise, and if I push up on like that, you can see the whole thing's turning. So I have to set the camera up here, and we'll slide this belt off. Alright, so we're set up here, and we'll put my hand on this on the socket here. It's on there quite a way, so I don't think we'll have to worry about slipping it off. So we'll pull back on this a little bit, like this, and we'll slip our belt off, like this, and like this, and we'll release the tension. Now you have to be kind of careful. You can see how the ratchet here is kind of hitting, and the tension's still in there. So sometimes what you have to do is put this belt back on like this, and actually start like this. Up a little higher. Like that. Then slip it off. And then let this come back like this. That way it'll stop right about there. And you can get the belt off. Because sometimes it's a little tricky. You have to play around. And off comes our belt. See what kind of condition it's in. Had a little bit of a squeak. We think it might be a pulley problem. We're not sure yet. But there's that. Come on, baby. Come off here. There we go. Let's check this belt out, see what it looks like. Yeah, it's wore down a little bit. Not terrible. I mean, anyway. Alright, so there's that one. So let's get the smaller one off. Now, as you can see, the smaller belt here, it has a tensioner right here. We'll put a socket in here, a 1/4 inch drive, I believe, and we'll release that. We'll just pull up one. I believe that's going to be counterclockwise also, and we'll slip this off here. Should be pretty easy. Alright, so I get everything all set up here, and I think you can see right about where my finger is right there. It's kind of hard to see down there, but that tensioner shot, I can push down on that. This one's actually clockwise, and look at that. It's not even releasing all the way back. If I can actually move it back, it'll stay, but it shouldn't do that. So this tensioner is all really bad, so let's get this off. And you know, it's always good to do these things before winter. So what we're going to do is slide this off here and all that. I'm going to put this belt back on it just temporarily. I'm going to make a quick diagram of that. There's 4 pulleys there, actually 4 things there. You got your air conditioning, you got a tensioner, a pulley, and then you have the crank. All right, now we'll go ahead and get this belt off. So these air conditioning hose don't make it any fun. Right, the belt's just about out. Now right here with this tensioner and this pulley, this back belt, boy, it's really close right here on that tensioner, so you might have to take your socket and ratchet, as you can see right here, and work this tensioner back and forth a little bit. It is so tight right there, but there it is, it's out. Alright, so out comes the belt. Kind of tight there. And this belt, not terrible, but still. Now, what we're going to have to do, he's going to replace this tensioner, so I've got to get that out of there. There's a nut right there, a bolt right here. See that? This air conditioning hose is right near it, so we'll have to get this out of here. Even the pulleys, even that pulley's bad. Don't sound good. And I've seen worse, but a little play in it. And this bottom one has got a little play. It's not terrible. I know you can't see that there, but it's right there. And this one, not too bad. So let's go ahead and get this tensioner off here. It looks like fun. Alright, you know, some of you are going like, oh, anybody could place a belt on this. This is a stupid video. What is he showing us how to put belts on a truck? Well, let me just show you some of the things you run into. Alright, you see down here? Zoom in there. why they put this hose, air conditioning hose, in front of this tensioner is beyond me. I tried to get a pass-through socket on there. It was too big, you know, one of these guys here, just too thick. And so what you got to do is get a small ratchet like I got set up right here. I'm going to hold this camera just right. And it's probably going to be all rusty and stuff, so you're going to have to kind of take your time and just put the socket in there by itself. And this is what you're going to have to do. And I mean, why did they stick a hose in front of this thing? Look at that. And you can't bend it much because you'll end up damaging it. So I've got it loose. So what I'm going to do is set the camera down. I'm going to have to slide this out of here and go ahead and see if I can unthread it with my fingers, and we'll have that out. So aren't you glad you stuck around the video? So I'll probably put that in the thumbnail about that air conditioning tensioner, because I don't know if anyone wants to change those. I mean, maybe yours doesn't have this hose in front of it, but at least you know I got into this, and this is how I did it. So you'll have to use a small socket like I got there, a little tiny 1/4-inch drive, and a 10mm socket. Alright, so getting this socket off, this ratchet, or the ratchet off the socket, was a freaking nightmare. I had to put a little screwdriver in there and kind of pry them apart. And you can flex this line just a tiny bit, that's it. But now we can go ahead and probably get this whole thing out with my finger like this. And be done with it. Wow. Hey, let me know where you're watching from right now. Alright, so that's just about out. I'll have to use both hands, but you can see it's loose, it's ready to come out. I'm certainly glad they left plenty of room here for this bolt for this front tensioner, so let's go ahead and get this out here. Just this one there doesn't look like it would ever be that bad if you ever had to replace it there, so. Good Lord, is this thing ever coming out? Oh, finally. Alright, let's take it out here and look at it. Look at the rust, look at that. Here's what's bad on it, it won't spring back anymore. And here's a little tiny socket that I used, and it is definitely a 10mm. So you have to squirt some oil in there. Now the way I figured it out, I took my borescope there and kind of made sure there wasn't like an E head on here or something. So let's see if the pulley's okay. Pulley's okay. So the hard part's done. So there's a look at it down inside there. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. There's where it bolts to. Right there. Right there. It's kind of hard to see where my finger is below that pulley. All the pulleys feel good. It's okay, but I'll have to keep an eye on it. I'd replace it if I was him. I'll ask if he wants to do it. And these feel good. This one feels good there, so I think I want to tell him, my advice is to go ahead and replace this one here, because I don't like, you can hear it. Hear that? So, alright, so we'll be back. We'll get some parts. Alright, before we go flying down the highway for parts, let's go ahead and just take this off. This was a 1/2-inch drive. When they're rusty like this, sometimes between a 13mm and a 1/2-inch drive, 6-point works wonders. You can just see how rusted out this bolt is. So there's that. Let's look at this, and you can just see how rusted that is. I tried to do a 13mm one here, 12-point, but it started to round off, so you got to use 6 points. So there we go. Let's go get some parts. All right, we're back with some new parts. There's our new tensioner. Of course, we had to take the bolt out of the old one. They don't give you anything anymore when you buy parts. And this pulley here, I think we're going to reuse it because it's not really all that bad. We checked it, so, you know, it is what it is. It's not that bad. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to take this belt here. We're going to go ahead and try to get it back around down this big pulley on the bottom there. And remember what I was telling you earlier about that other tensioner. It's kind of in the way right there. You can see how close it is right there. So we'll go ahead and put this belt on first before we put the tensioner on, just to make life a little bit easier. And hopefully everything will go pretty smooth here. We'll see. Alright folks, just do yourself a favor. Just take this tensioner off. That belt is impossible to get back on there because it hits right up against that pulley. It's just a 1/2 inch, but you can see that tab right there. You know. So just get it out of the way. Put the belt on. It'll be a lot easier that way. It'll save you some headache. And we're not even going to worry about that tensioner right now. We'll put that on when we put the big belt back on, but let's get this little one now on. Alright, so the good news here is this tensioner, look at all the room I got here, this bolt between this hose, air conditioning hose, and this nut, bolt I should say. This one is a little less, they designed this one a little bit differently, thank goodness, and you can see how thick this one is here. So this one, newer style here, I'm putting on. I can actually get a tool in here, so put your tensioner on first, then put the pulley on, that way you can go ahead and work your belts. So yeah, I'm glad that worked out. So let's tighten this down, put the belt on. Alright, after about 45 minutes, no, I'm just kidding, about 10 minutes, because this belt comes up around this and goes back down around the crank, it goes back way down around the air conditioning, so that's why you make these belt diagrams. But we're good there. You see that one flexes like it should, nice and secure, nice and tight. I like that. So let's go ahead and get the big one on now. Alright, we got the big pulley on, the big tensioner I should say. And maybe you can just watch me do this. I don't know if my arm will be in the shot. I want to roll this up like this, and we'll put this belt around the alternator like this. And there it is. Always get everything ready and put the belt around the alternator. You could probably do it around the smaller pulley, but you got to put your socket on here to turn it. And just like that, we're done. Yay! So, you know, these things here, if you just take your time on them, you can save yourself probably over $1,000 just in maintenance a year. But both belts are on. All we have to do is go ahead and put all this stuff back together, clean up a little bit. Now here are the two part numbers. The one on the left is the smaller belt, and this one here is the bigger belt part number and all that. And don't ask me what they cost because I didn't buy them, but I imagine they're probably, you know, pretty top quality belts. Those there, we're going to keep them for a spare. You never know, if you hit a deer or something, you know, maybe something will fly up in there and break one of them. It'll be nice to have an emergency belt. Throw in the back of your truck, you just never know. Or you can sell it to a friend for $10 if they need one. Haha. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this back together and wrap this video up. Alright, she sounds good. No leaks, no squeaks. That's what we want. Yay! Alright guys, she's all back together, and I'm happy to share this video with you. If you like it, and it helps you out, give it a thumbs up and all that. And all he's got to do is add a little coal in here. I did lose some of it when I had it on the side, but other than that, we've already checked everything. It runs good, no problem, no more squeaks and all that. So until my next video guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.